Ann Shabani, and again, I am so excited about our upcoming masterclass on Tuesday, September 28th at noon Eastern. The 3 things you need to know before you write that book. Because we have only a limited amount of time to spend together on Tuesday, I want to dispatch with a question that a lot of people have. And if we dispatch with this question, it's going to make the content that I deliver to you on Tuesday that much clearer and that much more implementable. That way you're going to get the ROI on that precious time that you'll be spending, that we'll be spending together. And you'll be able to write a book that much more effectively, that much quicker, and get the whole ROI out of your investment, again, in that bigger chunk of time. So here's the question. I'm a crazy busy business owner. How on earth am I supposed to find time to write a book when I've got all this other stuff falling off my table, falling off my plate? And first of all, I'm a busy business owner. I totally get it. If I showed you my to-do list, you'd nod your head and say, I know exactly, how crazy you must feel. And you're also talking to somebody who writes maybe 6 or 7 books at a time, because I'm a content developer, ghostwriter, editor, that sort of thing, publish books. So I'm here to tell you that it can be done. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about one of my clients. Her name is Mara. And Mara has an insane job. Like, her job is not for mere mortals, right? So she is a manager at an activist hedge fund. And she probably puts in 12, 18-hour days, 6 days a week, high pressure, high risk job. She is also the mother of 3 kids. And when she came to me, she wanted to write a book designed for her industry. She wanted to talk about, some of the craziness of her field and talk about the power games and whatnot to help people navigate those sorts of things. And I wasn't sure how this woman was going to write a book, because I looked at her life and I thought, I don't know. And she came away with an amazing, amazing book. And I want to share some of the secrets that both Mara and I used to get her book done, even though she's got a crazy life, crazy business with a lot of surprise stuff coming at her all the time. So the first thing, the first tactic, because you need tactics and strategies to write a book for your business while you are running a business. The first tactic is the concept of block time. And you've heard block time before. You want to square away a big chunk of time, mark it down on your calendar, and when that time arrives in your day and in your week, you sit down and you write. You spend the time writing. So one of the myths that we have when it comes to writing a book, particularly our first book, is that we've got to step out of our business completely in order to write a book. And I'm telling you that that's not the case. So how much block time would you need in a week? I have found, as did Mara, that 3 2-hour chunks of time, 2 hours back to back, because it allows you to get thinking, it allows you to carry on with your thoughts and move forward. If you have 3 2-hour blocks of time in your week, you can write a book for your business. So when do you do that? When do you choose blocks of time? If you're doing crazy days like a lot of us entrepreneurs do, it may be early in the morning, it may be later in the evening, it might be on the weekend. Maybe it's the 2-hour blocks of times that are in fact 1 6-hour chunk of time over your weekend. So if you have 6 hours a week, you can write a book, okay? Mara, she did it on international flights. She did it very early mornings before her kids woke up. That's how she got her 300-page book written. Tactic or strategy number 2 is the idea of planning. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. If you've been in my world long enough, you've heard me talk about I like to be freewheeling. I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But as As you grow in your business, you have more and more responsibilities and you have to get better at planning. So one of the strategies that is really useful for business owners, be you at the beginning of a business or be you ensconced for a longer period of time in your business, is planning. There's quarterly planning, which is very useful when you are looking ahead at what are the big rocks that you want to accomplish or nail down. I guess you don't nail rocks down, right? During your quarter, what is going to bring in the income? What is going to make your life easier in your business? What are you going to automate? Those kinds of things are essential for quarterly plans. When it comes to a monthly plan, well, what does your month look like? And a weekly plan is, what is your week going to look like? What are the big responsibilities in your business? Who are the clients that you have to serve? What are the tasks that you have to do? What are the team meetings you have to manage? What's the social media stuff you got to come up with? So those are the kinds of things that you have to become good at planning. And I have the habit of doing Sunday morning planning for the week ahead. I get very clear on what my responsibilities are, what tasks I want to achieve, and I schedule them on my calendar because I can go crazy with a to-do list, but when I put things on a calendar, I recognize what's doable in a week and what's not doable in a week. And I also schedule in writing time. In this case, if I'm going to say, writing time for myself, for my own project. And I will find those blocks of time, and I know I need 3 2-hour blocks of time. So that when stuff comes at me, because if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, the best laid plans of mice and men go awry. If Robert Burns was right about that. So Mara, for instance, if you're an activist hedge fund person or work in that industry, stuff comes at you from out of left field all the time. You have to be able to bend to the pressure, bend to what has to, what you have to accomplish as a surprise. But busy people like that always come back to their plan. What did I plan for the week? What have I planned for the quarter? And they navigate that. If you are waiting for crazy stuff to come at you and you abandon the idea of a plan, you probably have discovered that projects don't get done, that you don't get accomplished what you hope to, that you are at the whim of whatever craziness comes your way. So concept number 3, repurposing. So what do I mean by repurposing? If you are a business owner, you are already a content generator. You generate content, you generate written or video content for your website, for your newsletters and your articles and your YouTube videos and your speeches and any communication that is going out to a mass audience, your social media content. If you are new to business, well, welcome to the idea that you are also going to be a content creator. You are going to be required to send out regular communications and create regular content in order to keep your followers and potential clients warm and engaged and interested in what you have to offer. So here's the idea of repurposing. Any content that you write for your book can be lifted and used as newsletter content, as Medium articles, as the basis for a talk, as the basis for a course or a program or any number of products that would come off the back of your book. The content and the time that you spend developing that content for a book is going to be hugely valuable along the social media platforms, along your messaging on your website, in your sales conversations. That stuff, that clarity, is going to make all your other content flow. So let's wrap this up. The 3 strategies I gave you are block time. It is planning, primarily weekly planning, maybe monthly planning, maybe quarterly planning. And it is the concept of repurposing, that anything that you create for a book can and should be used for the other content requirements of your business. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope this allows you to kind of open your mind for what's coming next in our upcoming masterclass, the 3 things you need to know before you write your book. Because you might be busy, but I'm going to make it that much easier for you to write a book with these concepts. I'm so looking forward to seeing you there.